just laugh it off now. I think like at the end of the day, it's just like I shouldn't let it get to me because I don't know who they are. They don't know who I am. So why would I let it get to me? You know what I mean? Yeah. We just make content out of it. Because I feel like once you're in the streaming space, the content creation space, any hate is engagement, and any engagement is content.
Welcome to the Asian Soup Podcast. This is your co-host Jules.
And this is your co-host Rox.
The Asian Soup Podcast is your cozy space on the internet where we share and discover stories about one another.
We chat about a range of topics from careers, personal growth, and much more.
Come sit with us
and get
nourished. So in today's special episode, we have a special guest, actually my dear friend. I'll let her introduce herself in a moment, but yeah, very excited to have you here. Would you like to do a quick intro, please?
Yes. Hey everyone, my name is Jenny or Jen or Tiny Trash, whichever you want to call me, from Twitch or TikTok or YouTube and stuff like that. I don't know what to say now.
Welcome, Jen / Tiny Trash.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I think I might refer to you as Jenny because that's how
Jenny,
because that's how I got to know you, and I knew you before.
Yeah, way
Twitch.
before. Yeah,
so,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So Julie is actually like an OG. She like knew me right before all of this started. So this is a wild time to.
Yes,
it's a throwback. Almost.
Oh my god! Can we just quickly talk about when the last time we actually saw each other
and how did you meet?
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about
how do you guys?
Yeah. Actually, we don't even need to talk about last time we met. Okay, it's more like 2 years or something.
I don't even know. We had like Hansang, right? We had a Hans.
Was that mid COVID?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's been ages.
Yeah.
But yeah, how did we meet?
Yeah, we met from work. We used to work together.
Yeah.
We used to do digital marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was pretty fun. I was like a new kid around the town, and then she helped me out.
Yeah, that's how I got to know you. I was like so excited. We're like a new Asian person.
Join Asian. Yeah.
Were you in the same team or
Not
kind of different team?
Different team, but we sat like next to each other. So she sat behind me,
Yeah.
but we'll always be like, hey.
Yeah. And this is like when we had to go into the office 5 days a week.
So we had to go to the office. So this is like
Yeah.
pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID.
Yeah.
So that was a wild time.
Yeah.
So
A
lunch
long time
buddies.
ago.
Yeah,
Lunch
literally
buddies.
lunch buddies.
Yeah. And isn't it wild to think from then, like how much has changed to where you are now?
Yeah. So we met in 2019 to 2020 around there.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time since we started.
And when I say like so much has changed, I'll give a little bit of context from my perspective so Rox can understand too.
Yes, I'm like, what's
happening?
Wait, start from what's happening?
Rox is like,
well, I know you were pretty miserable at that job towards the end. Like, you know, when
if you're watching, don't watch.
How
She won't be
miserable.
watching.
I was like pretty like it was hard. Like it was a hard. It wasn't like a hard job. I feel like it was just more of the managers and the workload. Like I got to the point where like I think I cried like twice.
That
there.
sucks.
Yeah, and then I was like, time to go. It's time to find a new place.
But we would try and make sure that you're making the right decision. Like me and my other colleague, Gina, would be like, are you sure this is the right decision? Are you sure it's not, just an emotion thing? Can you move teams? Like we tried to like make her stay. But then it was definitely not working out, and we could see how unhappy you were.
But it was okay in the end. It turned out well. Pursued a new path in my life. So that was good. Yeah.
So were you always in digital marketing? Sorry, backtrack a little bit more.
Nah, I started out so I used to work at Apple in the beginning. So I did that for 2 years, and then I studied digital marketing because I was like, in uni I studied media, but then I did film.
You did media too.
Yeah, so that's how we bonded. Yeah. So I did film.
Yeah.
But then being Asian, I was like, being Asian in the film industry, it's so hard to get a job. So I was like, fuck, I'll just do digital marketing. It's like maybe like the next best thing with media.
Yeah. In the film industry thing, and because you told me about your intern story.
Yeah. Go to episode 2 if you want to find out.
Episode 2, season 1.
Yeah.
But was there like an experience there that you're like, oh my gosh, it's so hard? Like the film industry in Australia?
I think just finding a job in general, I feel like it was just very hard. It's just, very...
Not much out there.
Not much out there. Yeah. You needed to really like grind, like start from the bottom.
Yeah. Like unpaid
work, so much stuff to do. And then it was just like not worth it. I was like, maybe I won't do it. But then...
And I know you did a general assembly course.
Yeah, so I did general assemblies. I did digital marketing for 6 months. And then during that time, that's when I found our job.
At the agency.
And then I found a different agency job. Then,
Cool.
Yeah, and
you
then
have a very similar.
We're similar.
Like you both fell into the agency. It sounds like.
Yeah. I know.
You know, because but then even before that, you had similar.
Yeah, that's true.
Pursuits in like
media
media and
media.
film. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why we bonded so well in the beginning. She was like my older sister. She's still like my older sister. Yeah.
That's funny because I'm usually the younger one.
Oh, really?
Or like the one that needs support. But
really? Do you have siblings?
I have a little brother.
So like the older sister.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then sometimes I'm happily taken care of by others, like even younger than me, like friendship wise.
Yeah, I like the mom.
It's
of the
like
group.
to like relax. No, I'm not really a mom of the group person. I don't think I am, but
I feel like in friendships you're not, but in your family you're definitely the older sister.
Yeah. In my family, I'm the older sister.
Yeah. She takes on different roles in different
just depends who you're with, different circles.
Yeah, so now like I don't think we've introduced properly, but Jenny, you're a Twitch streamer, and that's pretty cool. And can you tell us about how you sort of transitioned or started that? Like we just talked about your experience in the agency we worked together. Well, actually, you started in Apple, did the GA course on digital marketing, worked at that little agency with me, did another agency job.
Yeah.
And then from my memory, I
started streaming when we were working together. That's when I started because I remember when I first started, they would always be in my chat, be like, "Hey!" Yeah. Because when I first started, I didn't have like any viewers and stuff like that. It was very small, so they would always pop in and support me, and it was really cute.
So at Twitch in the beginning,
But you know how cool it is, like when you're watching someone stream, and then you're like, "Oh my god, hello, la la la." I think my name was like Juju.
Yeah, Juju Island. Or something.
I was playing Animal Crossing at the time.
Oh, okay.
So this is like peak Animal Crossing time. So that's when I started streaming because it was when
were you playing Animal Crossing and streaming?
Yeah. So I first started streaming with Animal Crossing for fun. Like I started streaming. My setup was so scuffed. It was like I was streaming from my bed as well. It was just like more for fun. Where it's like, my friends can see when I'm on, so they can come over and look at my island.
Yeah,
but then I guess
Epic Island.
Everything's just started picking up after that, which is really cool.
So would you say you were always like a gamer when you were little?
Yeah, I would say I grew up with PlayStation, so I grew up playing games on the PlayStation, like Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, wrestling, just like random games here and there, and then I think after that got into PC gaming growing up. So I started playing Fortnite. So this is like when Fortnite came out, and then I would always play every day after work, after uni, playing every day with my friends. And then I was like watching, and that's when I found out like YouTube streamers. So I used to watch YouTube streamers a lot on Fortnite. And then that's how I found out about streaming. And then I was like, oh, maybe I can do this. Like I have a setup, like why not give it a go? If like I'm playing games already, and then like I always like meeting people, so I was like, why not just try streaming? That's where it started.
So like you started just for fun, so it wasn't like you were like,
it wasn't serious.
That's cool.
And I remember it happened very quickly. It wasn't like a whole like, I need to do like planning. She just you just did it.
I just did it. I just went live because it's very easy to go live. You just make an account, get a stream key, done, and then I think for the last 3 years, so in the first 1 or 2 years, the growth has been freaking phenomenal. I didn't expect to grow like that much, that fast.
so inspiring and cool to hear this side of the story. Like even as content creators ourselves, we know how hard it is.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, like, you do it by yourself.
Yeah.
I know you have a strong community of other Twitch streamers,
Mm.
but I think it really helps that me and Rox were together.
Yeah.
And we always bounce off each other and keep each other accountable.
Yeah.
But being able to do it alone, I imagine
yeah.
that to be quite hard and isolating.
Yeah. It was in the beginning. I think in the beginning it was hard, but then as you grow, I met people who kind of fell into the same boat, and then it was nice to meet other people who kind of was like doing the same kind of things. Because when I first started Twitch, I didn't know anyone at all. Like I started fresh. Like I didn't know what Twitch was.
And
even.
was Twitch kind of new as well, right?
No,
like,
it was
not really.
No, it was around for a long time.
Oh, okay.
I just started. I didn't even start on Twitch. I started on something called Mixer, which is a Microsoft streaming platform.
Oh,
yeah. So I did that for like a week or two, and then it shut down.
Whoops.
Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, and it shut down. So I was like, well, what do I do now? And then and my friends was like, oh, you should try Twitch. So I was like, okay, I'll make an account, and then started there. But yeah, I didn't know like anything to begin with, so I learned everything on the go. And then as you stream more and more and more, and as you keep doing this every day, I guess I learned so much about myself, about content creation, and like just streaming in general. And yeah,
You learned so much, and then at the beginning it was just for fun. So what was your setup like then versus what is your setup like now? And what is your following from then to now, I guess?
I'd love to add like a
And-
screenshot here.
What do you think helped your success along the way? Is that too much?
No. Well, the first
So like the setup.
beginning setup. Oh, I have a photo, but I probably shouldn't.
Oh, we can put it here
Whatever, yeah?
now.
Yeah, I'll send a photo in, but like my setup was like I used to have just one monitor, just my PC. I had it hooked to my TV, so then my bed set up. So I was streaming from my bed for fun. So I put the camera like on top of the TV.
Yeah,
it's a weird setup. I don't know why I did this. I think I just want to be comfortable.
I want to be in my bed. Like that's the priority.
Play games on my bed because growing up playing console, I'm so used to just laying back on the couch and playing games. So once you see the photo, you're like, what the hell? Wow, was that a swear on here? Yeah. And then I had like a single monitor set up, and then got a second monitor, and then started streaming from there. Kind of just getting used to like a 2-monitor setup. But now it's just like I just redid my setup today. Actually, I have 4 monitors.
Oh my goodness.
Large table.
Wow.
Got a whole mix up. 2 PCs.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll send a photo in as well.
Wow.
But yeah, so I run a dual PC setup. So one PC is mainly for gaming. So then that's hooked up to my streaming PC. And then that streaming PC just is only for streams. So I don't really touch it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
It's a big setup.
Wow.
So it's
and still from the bed or no?
No more bed. I have my own office now. Because I used to stream on my bedroom.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, I'm always in my bedroom and stuff. So I was like, I need a separate space.
Yeah.
Because I don't want sleep. I don't want to be in my room like all day, all night. So now I have my own room, my own office, like kind of like this. And and just like spruce it up every now and then.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you're getting like Jenny gets like free stuff.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, tell us about the free stuff. Like
the free stuff?
And then we'll go back to your
most
question.
smallest.
The
like,
smallest?
Your
Yeah.
favorite free stuff that you've got.
The Udi. So that's why the Udi. Yeah.
Love it.
That's why I've got like 4 free Udis with
wow.
like sponsors, but there's like also paid. So it's like that they send it to you, they pay you for you to kind of wear it, show it off, have a code, send it to your community friends, make sure like they can buy and stuff like that. Cool. Other stuff like microphones, get a lot of microphones, which I'm gonna give one to you later.
Sweet.
Headphones, lights.
New standing desk.
Standing desk. So my new sponsorship
That's
is
nice.
with Omnidesk,
Yeah.
which is pretty sick. So they sent one over. So I now have a wooden desk instead of a black desk. Keyboards, mouse. I've got so many things.
It's all really useful.
Yeah, they're all useful.
Practical as well.
Yeah. But it's also like I have so many. It's like, what do I do with it? So I just been giving it away to like friends and stuff. Or like if anyone needs something, or like I give away to the community because I know they would need like
do
gear
giveaways. Or something.
Yeah, do like giveaways and stuff. So I got like nanoleaf lights and stuff. I just if you want lights, I have like a lot of stuff, which is nice. But at the same time, it's like a lot of it is like free work, which is like I don't want to do it a lot anymore. I want to do more paid content. Get paid for
next level.
That's next
You
level.
mean like rather than getting the free stuff, you'd rather get cash
money.
I would get cash money.
Yeah.
For
Like,
like
I
the
have
work
all the
that I
stuff
do.
now.
Yeah. Like I have all these things now, so like, I don't really need to use it as much. I would just get paid for the work that I'm doing because it's a lot of work to create content. You know, like Instagram reels, photos, photography, stuff like that.
So much.
There's so much to that.
You don't outsource anything?
I outsource mainly editing.
Okay.
But other than that, I just do most things on my own, or my friends help me with it, which I'm grateful for. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, friends.
So how did this jacket come about?
This jacket is from something called Subfest from Twitch. So when you're a Twitch partner, you get to participate in this thing called Subfest, where each level has a different prize. So this was level 6, and then to gain levels, you just have to get subs and bits, which is the currency form of Twitch. So subscriptions again. That's paid subscriptions, so it's like $8 for us, like $9.
So level 1's the entry, and then
and then
now you're level 6.
Oh, it's like it only goes for 10 days.
Oh,
yeah. So within the 10 days, you have to try to get as much subscriptions and bits that you can to win the prizes.
Okay.
So I got this in one of it, so which is nice. Which it's really cool. It's one of a kind. Yeah. Not a lot of people have it, so I feel very special.
That's good.
Yeah. If you want to see that jacket, there you go.
It's like a baseball.
And it says your name at the back.
Oh, cool. So it's like Tiny and Trash.
Tiny and Trash.
Yeah, cool. It's my own name though. On Twitch, I'm just trash now. Just trash.
Oh, you just trash.
Which is a funny rebrand. Yeah.
Oh.
So it's been really wild.
Yeah.
No, I want to go back to that question.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Keep derailing.
The one about success.
Yeah, like what makes
touched
you
on
successful
it.
over other people who have tried Twitch, right? Like you must be really engaging, or I don't know, like maybe it's your personality. Like,
I think so. I think it's personality.
Yeah.
I think that what comes down to is like creating that that safe and cozy, comfortable space and making people feel welcome every time. I think that's very important, like to be engaging and it's just I think that's. I don't know. Whenever I think about it, I have no idea. Like how...
do you actually have to be really good at the game?
No,
do you know what I mean? Or is it more about like chatting with your people? Like,
I feel like it comes out like because even for me, like I don't really watch pro gameplay. Like no one really watches pro gameplay unless you really want to get good at the game.
Right.
But I feel like a lot of people with Twitch, people are just trying to find a home or like a community to just hang out, just get distracted, make friends who share the same kind of values, games and stuff like that. And I think that's what I found. But in terms of success, I think it mainly just I think it all comes down to personality for me, because I'm freaking shit at every game that I play.
So would you say like you're authentic?
I think so.
You're 100% self.
Yeah, I think
when you're there.
And how about like consistency in terms of like committing to hey, like I'm gonna be on Twitch.
Is that important?
Monday, Tuesday, you know?
Yeah, I think that's also important. In the beginning for me, I was very consistent. Now I'm very inconsistent, but only because of like work and just like it's just so much things to do now compared to what it was back then when I first started. Because back then it was more for like, I didn't see it as a job. Back then it was just like for fun, which is still for fun, but it's just like it was less stressful, less pressure to stream. But back then I was more consistent. I used to stream every day. When I first started, I streamed every day, and then people started finding me more, and then I had to cut it down to like 5 days, 4 days. Now I'm currently at 3 days because that's how like busy it's been. So I've just been streaming less and just doing more. But when I do stream, the content I have to make is like I can take it and like make reels or TikToks out of it to create offline
and that's
content.
Where some of your energy is put now.
So now it's kind of shifted a little bit. But I would say, yeah, consistency is key. But even though it is hard to keep consistent, I mean, like, as long as you find a community that understands where you're coming from, I think you don't have to worry too much about it. Yeah.
Consistency is a hard one for us, but we made it we were like pretty loose about it. We were like, we try and post every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And sometimes it stretches to 3, but like our working style is very much like, it's fine. Like, our life is first, you know. We always reassure each other. Like, we never
and we don't
want to
stress about it.
Yeah.
If there's other parts of our lives that are stressful.
Do you both work 9 to 5?
Yes. Yes. But I love that you grew organically, and then the money came after, right? And then now you're thinking more like business and like getting sponsors, like not just free shit, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's nice.
It's very, I don't know, it's just like, it's hard to keep up at the same time, but I try not to think about money too much when it comes to this kind of stuff, because I feel like once you do, that's when it starts to get stressful. I feel like if I rely on this too much, because I know like how much I'm getting now is not as much as I would if I like had like a 9 to 5, stuff like that. But yeah, I just mainly try to like remember just to have fun and not to focus too much on money, because then that's when it's like, oh shit, like I gotta start doing a lot more and stress more. But yeah.
Yeah, that's important, I think. Like defining that balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it might get I don't know how people stay authentic and grow. It's hard, right?
It's really hard. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like once money gets involved, it can get a bit messy at the same time. So you just gotta chill.
Yeah,
that's
chill.
good advice.
Yeah.
And I think it's so special what you said before, like, you know, your channel makes people feel safe and like welcome. And I think like you're connecting with people at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Even when I joined as Juju Island, I'll be like Jenny will be like, oh my God, Juju Island, hey, thanks for joining. And you'll say something like, even though there's so many people in the chat, she'll still give me like a little shout out. And even if it's for like that split second, I'm like, oh my God, she said my name. I would be eating my noodles. I'd be like, oh, right. It's a really special feeling being on the other side. Because it happens to you, right? Like when you join other people's streams, and then when maybe it's a bit more normal to you now.
Sometimes I get scared to join people's streams.
Why?
Even now, because I feel like having like the partner badge and stuff, I feel like there's so much more pressure.
Can you explain quickly what the partner badge is?
Yes. So the partner badge just means that you're partnered on Twitch.
Is it like a tick next to your name?
The tick next to your name. So it's like the official, verified like streamer or like channel. But I feel like sometimes I get scared. I feel like a lot of people like who's partnered like feel scared as well. I feel like once we go into a chat, like a lot of the attention shifts to us. So then I never want to take the attention off the stream or anything. Like I just want to go there to say hi and just like relax and be with the community and stuff like that. And then I always get like shy and like anxious when people like start like screaming like my name. I was like and it's just like focusing off what they're doing on their stream, because it's their like, you know, it's their home, and I don't want to feel like I'm intruding too much.
Is that different to like bit of Twitch terminology, but I think it's like a raid? Is that when you bring people?
That's like at the end of your stream.
Okay.
So a raid is when you end stream, you go to another, you bring everyone from your channel to someone else's channel.
Then that's a good thing.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
I feel like, but when I'm like just going in just for a chat, just like when I'm like on a night off or something, I just want to like just say hi. But then sometimes I mostly just lurk a lot. So that's like another term, lurking. Yeah. So I lurk. I feel like as streamers, a lot of us lurk a ton, because I feel like a lot of us are like shy or like we get scared.
Wait, what does lurking mean? Does that mean your profile's not on private?
No, it just means you're just watching, but you're not really saying anything. Yeah. But
is it like a status
in the corner?
No, it's not a status. It's just like in the corner. It's not a status. It's just like it's just something you do.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't really like do much. Sometimes people in the chat will be like, we'll have a command, you get exclamation mark lurk, and then we'll let them know that they're lurking.
Okay.
And then that's about it. I don't know, it's
That's
a
so
whole
interesting.
it's a whole
like
different
a whole,
world.
whole different world.
It's a whole different world. I feel like
Etiquette,
there's a lot. Etiquette.
like, yeah.
I think Twitch etiquette is like one of the it's one of the most controversial, also like I don't know, topics out there in the Twitch world.
In Twitch world,
yeah, in the Twitch world.
What's rude? What's rude?
What's rude? I think people coming in and talking about their own streams. Yeah, or they're coming like, oh, I'm going live now. And then like they go. I think people find that rude as well, because like it's because you're live on your own channel, right? And then someone else is coming to your stream, be like, oh, I'm going live, so people are gonna divert attention away. That's like I think one of the most ones. I think I think a lot of like I think a lot of self promo. That's like one of the most like controversial ones. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you have any followers that have been with you from the start who's watched every single one of your streams? Like, because you said you did 7 days.
I have a few, like they're my mods
loyal
now.
ones.
The loyal ones, yes. I think I've been the longest right now streak in terms of subscription. I think it's like 32, 33 or 37 months in a row. And they're like one of my mods, and I love them so much, and they've been around for like the longest time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, 32, what does that mean? 32?
Like 32 months. Like they've subscribed in a row.
Wait, does that mean they're paying you as well?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I know one has been there since I had like 200 followers. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah,
That's
and I got to
really
meet
cool.
them in real life as
Oh,
well.
that's cool.
Yeah, I got to
How
meet
And
them.
they're from
that?
Sydney.
No, they're from LA actually. Yeah.
What?
So
Where did you meet them?
I met them we just meet up in like LA area in downtown.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, he's like a cool friend. Like it's weird how many people you meet from Twitch from all around the world. That's a whole nother story
Oh my
as
God,
well.
that's a whole nother
That's
episode.
a whole nother episode.
Okay.
Like I think Twitch like has allowed me to travel and meet so many people from all around the world. So everywhere that I go now, I feel like I know someone there. So I'm not really like alone as much as I used to be.
Yeah, I remember like your first overseas trip. It was like Singapore or somewhere, or maybe it was an America trip. I can't remember, but you were basically meeting. Your plan was to meet all the people that you met through Twitch, and you're really close with them.
Yeah,
but you hadn't actually met them in person yet.
Yeah, so yeah, you were right. Singapore.
Oh, Singapore.
So last year I went to Singapore for the first time. That's when I met my first international Twitch friend. And then from then, just meeting a bunch of them. And then after that, I went to Canada and then LA again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then that's when I met a whole heap more in Seattle. And then later on in October, I went to TwitchCon, which is a convention that happens every October in America. And then I went to San Diego for that one. And then back to Vancouver again because I love Vancouver. And then just meeting a whole bunch of others there as well. Wow. So it's just, it's wild.
Like lots of traveling
Lots of
involved
traveling
as well. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's just, with the lifestyle right now, it's just like working a 9 to 5 for me is probably not ideal. I wouldn't be able to do it if I was working 9 to 5. Yeah. That's for sure.
So yeah, right now you're not working 9 to 5, and what's your like lifestyle setup right now? Like you're twitching.
Twitching.
Did
you just make up a word?
You can't say twitching, right? Streaming. You're streaming. Oh my god.
Twitching's like, you know when your face is twitching.
You're streaming like 3 days.
Yeah.
And then you're working like
I'm working casual. Yeah, so I work casual retail again, which is really nice because it's very flexible. I get to take leave whenever I want, and they're very nice about it, about Twitch streaming as well. So whenever something's up, I'll be like, hey, I got to do this. And they're like, yeah, that's fine. And I just pick up shifts whenever I want. So it's not like...
So good.
Yeah,
so flexible.
So flexible. So right now it's just like, definitely could not do it if it was 9 to 5. So I'm very glad that I have this backup job, and then I can do Twitch and then go to events and stuff like that, travel, this and that.
Cool.
Was that a bit of a challenge? Like, was that a bit challenging for you to make the switch from doing 9 to 5 back into retail? Or was it like a no-brainer for you?
Yeah, I think
were you like, yes?
Yeah, like,
or were you like, scared? I don't know.
No, I think I was just like let's fucking do it. Like, yeah. Because when I went to Singapore last year, then Canada and LA for the first time, because I was at my 9 to 5 job and they made me stay till after Singapore because they needed someone. And then after I quit, I didn't have a job. I didn't have anything lined up. I was just like, well, when I come back, because I had savings, so I was like, I'm going to give myself 2 months. Like, I'm going to see what I can do, maybe find a job. I didn't want to stress about that. So I was just like, I'll give myself 2 months and then trying to find a job. So then I found the retail job. And then from then I was just like, yeah, smooth sailing after that. So yeah. So I didn't have anything lined up. I wasn't scared. I was just like, I know Twitch can, like, I can like use Twitch for like the meantime.
Yeah.
But definitely can't save off that. So I need savings.
Yeah.
I have a couple questions.
Yeah.
I think one was, what's the weirdest thing that's happened in your Twitch life? Like, you know, any like, you know, I don't know if this is weird to ask, but like weird messages or weird people that join into the group.
Oh my God, all
people
the
that are
time.
mean. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
like
all
anything.
the time.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. It's a wild thing because it's like it's on the everyone on the internet.
Yeah,
everyone on the internet's freaking ridiculous.
This is a bit of a like a what do you call it, like generalization, but I feel like Twitch is a different audience. You know,
There's
like
I
feel like there would be not more weird people. Again, I'm not trying to like say Twitch.
yeah, there's weird people. There's weird people on Twitch.
As in, you're not yourself. You don't need to be yourself, right? Like,
yeah, because everyone has like a different username.
They're hiding
very
behind the screen.
anonymous.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, definitely. I mean, you get the racist comments, you get the homophobic comments on top of that, the transphobic comments. I think I forgot to introduce myself. Where I'm non-binary, lesbian, Vietnamese, and yeah, my pronouns are she, they. So you can use whatever pronouns. I think I'm like a triple threat. So it's just like you get more.
Why?
You get more hate.
Wait, go back. So
lesbian, non-binary,
Vietnamese.
Yeah.
Triple threat.
Triple threat.
Come at me.
Come at me. So I get like all like the races, the homophobes, the transphobic, yeah.
Which is fine. How do you deal with it? Like, I don't know.
I just laugh it off now.
Yeah.
I think like at the end of the day, it's just like I shouldn't let it get to me because I don't know who they are. They don't know who I am. So why would I let it get to me? You know what I mean? Yeah. We just make content out of it. Because once you're in the streaming space, the content creation space, any hate is engagement and any engagement is content.
So it's like, thank you.
So thank you.
Many supporters as well, right? That would trash them back.
Trash them back. Yeah. So I think, making content out of it is always great because I think a lot of people like watching that kind of stuff. And it's just interesting to see. But then it's also like kind of sad because it's like, there's people out there who does this. Yeah. They live a sad life.
Sad life.
Sad.
I think that they're probably more sad in a way. Like there's something going on.
And I'm making money out of it. So I'm like,
yeah.
Thank you for the ad revenue.
Thank you.
So I think a lot of times we just laugh it off, we thank them, and then just make content out of it. I try not to let it get to me because I don't know what's the point, you know. Just gonna live my life.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Another question. Sorry, I'm asking so much. So you said something before. You said that compared to before, you were more alone. Were you always like very social or like chatty, or did you have to try? Did you have to try a bit more to become you? Do you know what I mean? Like starting Twitch, like was it hard at the beginning to be chatty, or is it just natural?
I think natural. I think I've always been very sociable.
Okay.
Going out a lot, friends here and there. In terms of alone, I think it's just more like in the content space or like when I travel. I think when I travel, because a lot of times now I just travel alone. I don't really travel with friends as much because I feel like it can cause friction a little.
Oh my God, that's like another episode.
That's another episode.
Traveling with friends.
Traveling with friends, it's I've only like traveled with a few friends. One of them I don't talk to anymore. I'm actually two of them I don't talk to as much, but like we still keep in contact. Like it's not like awkward or anything. It was just like after the trip, it's just like we split our own ways.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna travel by myself. I'm gonna meet my friends there and then do whatever. But then like with that, I get more control with my itinerary, so I can like do whatever I want, which is nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of that, it's just more alone in that space. But now with Twitch, it's like now that I have so many people, I just like
Around the
meet up with
world.
people. Yeah, I just meet up with them. It's like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, in my mind, you're very social. It's like hey Jenny, you want to have dinner? She would be like, I'm free Wednesday after 7 p.m. like or Saturday like 10, like because she'll be doing stuff like every single day or meeting like different social groups.
Yeah, but she still has a slot for you.
Yeah, but she'll still.
I'll make time for you. I'll
slot
make
me
time
in.
for you. Don't worry.
But yeah, you always like meeting different people, and I felt like you're very social but very independent.
Yeah,
it's like the perfect sort of qualities to be a Twitch streamer. Right?
Yeah, I feel like it's nice to be independent in a way.
Yeah. Can you please explain to somebody who doesn't know what Twitch is and what Twitch is to you as well?
Well, actually, I'm gonna reverse it on you. What do you reckon Twitch is? But I want to see your definition first.
Rocks?
Clearly, me first. Yeah. Clearly, I have a really bad idea of it. Like, not bad. I mean, like really, like beginner idea of what it is. But what I see it as is like, so you're the streamer and you're gaming and you share your screen of what you're playing at the same time and your face and your face somehow like at the same time, and then people join and they're chatting. I don't know if their voices pop up, but maybe it's just text and you're like reading as you're gaming and you're engaging with them. So they might be like asking questions or you're just chatting to them, and it kind of reminds me of like a forum or like a chat group back in the day. Like you just join, but the difference is like there's a streamer, there's one leading. Like, they're here for you or they're here to hang out. I guess. Yeah. You know how when people play like Call of Duty and there's all these people chatting, but you don't know them, but they're all gaming. It kind of reminds me of that, but the difference is I don't know if they're gaming with you. I don't know if they're gaming with you in the same game, but that's something I don't know. Or they're just watching you play and they're playing on their own. I don't know. Or they're eating. Or they're eating like you. Yeah, I don't know.
What's
How
your
about
definition?
you?
Me?
You kind of know though.
I think I know, but I think I don't fully know like deep, like the deep community side of things. But I know that you can stream literally anything. You can stream like, I think puppies. I know you can stream like DJing. I've seen when I was sort of like checking it out when Jenny was on it. I like the DJing ones. There's like tarot card reading ones, and you can pay to get like your cards read. And I actually did that. Yeah, I did it. I did it, and I took notes, and I actually found it to be really useful. Because it was like a 6-month thing. So I was like, ooh. And I was like, I'll refer back to my notes and be like, ooh. And it's like cool because you can literally stream anything that you want, and you have people who watch and comment, as you said, and engage. Yeah. And I know like Twitch streamers are like close with each other as well. I do think that if you're like kind of have a good personality or you're like attractive or have something quirky about you.
That's not me.
It's a plus. Like, you know, what's her name?
Pokimane.
Like she's cute AF, right? And she's like really, is she a Twitch person or is she more YouTube?
I think she's a bit of both of it. She's everything now, I guess.
She's everything now. But before she was specifically like, you know, cute outfit, like cute headphones and stuff, and she'll be playing games. And she's huge now. So I feel like it can be literally anything. But it's really the personality. Even PewDiePie, did he start off as a streaming games?
I can't remember. I never watched PewDiePie.
But that's sort of my idea of it.
Yeah.
How is that? But I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good definitions.
I don't know what, like, there's so many little things.
I guess it's just so many things on top
bit?
of that
I was going to ask you, what is the bit?
A bit is it's a cheering currency form. It's much cheaper because a subscription is straight up like $8 a month. Where the bits is more like you can pay as you go. You can pay to get this much amount and you pay this much amount and you just like cheer. Yeah. But I think you get more out of it than a subscription, because subscription is a 50-50 split, which is shit. By the way. But with cheers, I think you get a little bit extra, but then at the same time, it's like you can pay like $2 to get like 100 bits. So it's not the exchange is kind of weird.
So can you exchange when you receive it bit into dollars?
So they combine. So your revenue will all just add up together in the end with ad
like
revenue
monthly or something.
Yeah, subs bits. There's so many like different avenues that you can get from.
There's ads as well.
Yeah. So I've been getting a lot from ads lately. So last month I
and
think
they just like pop up kind of
yeah.
ads,
So
or?
they'll tell you when an ad's coming. So then people who are not subbed, they'll know, and then we're like, oh, they just like take a break or something.
Right. But if you're subbed, you don't
get
see
ads.
Okay.
Yeah. So but
it's like YouTube Premium.
kind of like that. Yeah. So yeah, I think last month I made like almost $200 just from ads, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want some ads.
Yeah.
We don't have any ads.
Start streaming.
Yeah.
Monetization.
I know.
That's the hard part.
Yeah, that's hard. That's the part we're stuck in.
I reckon your YouTube is doing really well though. I reckon you can do it.
Yeah.
Get a YouTube partner, 1,000 followers.
Yeah. We're
Pump out
quarter there.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, we just need to keep going.
Yes.
Going and going.
Follow us on YouTube, please.
Everyone follow it on YouTube, TikTok,
Please
Instagram.
And follow
It's okay.
Yeah, you're. You can do all
Content's
the
hard.
plugs.
Content.
So where did your name come from?
Tiny and Trash.
Yeah.
It's
Oh yeah, that's such a good question.
Because I had a photography Instagram, so that was like my Janae's one where I post all like professional stuff, and I just wanted to make it an account for like shit posting, like an alt account. So I was like, what should my username be? I was like, I'm short, tiny. But then Tiny was taken, so I was like Tiny, and I just do trash for fun because like trash content, and it kind of just stuck, and then everyone just liked it. A lot of people call me like TNT, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
That's
funny.
It's catchy actually.
But then I didn't. Yeah, it's catchy, Tiny and Trash, and then on Twitch now, I just recently changed it to just Trash. So the Tiny is gone because I kind of insecure about my height. So yeah,
I'm not tiny. I'm just
trash now. I might just be trash. But then I think it's just like it's a good rebrand because like everyone knows the word trash.
Yeah.
And I want to kind of bring a new meaning to that word.
Cool.
So yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
That's about it.
Nice.
That's the origin.
Yeah.
So what else did you want to add to our definitions of Twitch?
Oh right,
So,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Thank
you.
I think kind of a bit of both. So like you can stream whatever you want. Sometimes I'll even just stream. We just chat. Sometimes we play like GeoGuessr, which is like a geography game. So you can do like community games. It doesn't have to be just games. You can just listen to music, watch things, YouTube react. Sometimes when I do like my subathons, which is like a stream where every time you sub, it adds 5 minutes to the timer. So then sometimes if I stream overnight, I just leave mukbangs on YouTube all night and everyone just watches.
Really?
Yeah. So Zuyang, you know Zuyang? On YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was watching her yesterday.
Yeah. So literally, every time I did a subathon, every time I do an overnight stream, so I just literally I go to bed and I sleep. I leave mukbangs on all night.
Just YouTube.
We just
You
watch
leave it
YouTube.
on.
Yeah, sometimes we just sit there and watch. We just listen to music, just chat, Photoshop random shit together. Like I will get like people to like submit photos, and then because I think the last time I did, I was like, I did a wedding.
Yeah.
And I was like, he wants to get married. So then I got photos of people from the community. So then I photoshopped them into the chairs and stuff.
my God.
And it's just like something to make it more like engaging.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like they can get involved because I always want to do streams where like it's not just me playing games. I want them to also get involved. Yeah. I think that's
How do you think of that? Like
I was just
This is pretty
funny.
creative.
Yeah. I think it's just funny. We just derail. I feel like what we do, right? We just like we start talking about one thing.
Derail
Next
and make
minute
money.
we're getting married. And there's always like something happening, and then I think like friends as well just help along, creating that chaos in the chat, and then we just derail again.
Chaos and derailing.
I think the last one I did yesterday, I think it was like 2 days ago. I was trying to be like, how many apples tall are we? So I photoshopped apples next to me, and then I'm 19 apples tall. So
19 apples.
I think so. Because gotta test it out.
Depends how big
Was
the
it
apples
like
are.
to size that?
I don't know. We just guessed it. Yeah. But yeah, I think I've been trying to get more into IRL streaming as well. So streaming in real life, so with my phone. So I went to SmashCon over the weekend. So I did my first like IRL stream there. But yeah, I think it's just a lot of just showing what you are as a person, how you are outside of like the computer and stuff like that. And then I did like a dance stream that I showed you as well. So we did a dance class. yeah. So I did a dance class and I brought two of my Twitch streamer friends along. So I had a whole like setup, 4 camera setup live on Twitch. And then we just did a dance class for like an hour.
Wow.
It was really fun.
Cool.
I think that's the amazing thing about Twitch is like you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
There's no limit. No, there's limits, but like
Yeah.
but yeah, you do pretty much a
So-
lot.
It's so creative. Like,
Yeah.
I think
and you get your people involved.
Yeah. I think sometimes I do struggle with burnout and creativity. But I just try my best every day. I think that's a whole nother topic, burnout.
Yeah, I know. I was like, that's exactly what I thought.
That's another topic. So many things.
Do you think anyone can start Twitch? Like you mentioned, like lots of random ideas just now.
Yeah.
Like, who's the perfect person to start Twitch?
You guys.
Jenny just pointed at us.
Yeah. Just start. Anyone can start. I mean, all you need is a camera, a microphone. Doesn't have to be a fancy microphone. You can just get like a $2 microphone. But yeah, anyone can start. I think if you're really passionate about content creation and gaming or whatever that you want to do, I think if you want to pursue it, I reckon you can do it. Like, you just have to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of investment in time, definitely. But at the end, it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
I guess another question is like, you know, it's all like technology and connecting with people through these platforms, right? And like, how does it feel, I guess, creating that community and like building that from scratch? Because you wouldn't have known 2 years ago.
Yeah. Knowing your boundaries is very important.
What do you mean by that? Like boundaries?
Making sure that, you know, everyone's comfortable, no one's like doing inappropriate comments or being inappropriate or something like that. Knowing like where the line is and stuff like that. But also just still trying to have fun. But it's also very rewarding. And like having those people support you every day. It's really nice to have that like support system. Sometimes it can be really, really hard. Yeah. But knowing like they're always reassuring me, always like being there. It's so cute. It's so nice. And I'm just like, oh. But yeah, it's a good feeling.
What's the like you said that it can be really hard. Like what's the toughest sort of, if you're open to share, like one like a really tough time that you faced and you sort of persisted through?
I think the tough times is more like numbers. I think numbers are our worst enemies.
Okay. Are you really analytical or you give yourself pressure? Or?
Well, especially if you come from a digital marketing background. Do you feel like that has a bit of
part too?
Yeah. Like conversions are dropping or
KPIs. Gotta do good. How to raise it. Oh my gosh. I think with live content is also just hard in general because like you always gotta like figure out like how to get those numbers up or like why are the numbers down today? What's going like? Is something wrong with me? Like, am I not doing enough? Yeah. Like, it's always like that circle of like, am I doing enough or not enough? And then it's like the numbers are down, the numbers are up. It's a good day. Oh yeah. And then it's just always in a circle, Wow. And then I think it just really gets to you sometimes. Yeah. And then I try not to let it get to me. Yeah. But sometimes it can be hard because it's like you want to do well. You want to look good for like brands and stuff as well on top.
Because when you're streaming, you can see the number.
You can see it. Yeah, you can turn it off. You can turn it off so it's like less pressure.
Yeah.
But I always leave it on. But sometimes I take it off as well. Yeah, I just try not to get as me. And then after like, when you finish streaming, you can look at your dashboard. It will show you like all your analytics, like what popped off, like how many people were talking at this time. You can see like so many like numbers, and it's just like, damn.
Wow, that's a lot. It's a lot.
I'll show you. I'll take a screenshot of mine and I'll show you.
There's a lot to dissect out.
Yeah.
So where's your audience, like globally and ages?
A lot of it is America. I feel like America, Europe is like, and UK is probably like the most. I feel like Australians don't really watch Australians. Like they do, but they don't. Like it's like, I don't know. Maybe it's our accents. I don't know. Yeah. A lot of people comment on my accent a lot. So they're like, oh,
you have some Canada.
Canada.
Accents.
Oh yeah.
Like North America's is probably the majority. That's why I went to TwitchCon last year instead of PAX, which is it was in Melbourne. It was on the same weekend as TwitchCon, so I went to TwitchCon instead. Met a bunch of cool people there. It's so weird because like people come up to you and then like they're like, oh my god, like Tiny and Trash. I'm like, oh my god, yeah. Literally, I'll be like, oh, and then they flip their name tag around like, oh yeah, I know who you are. But yeah, a lot of it is like in all over the place. It really surprises you. Like Southeast Asia as well is a lot, which is nice. It's a wild place.
Do you feel like your confidence has grown like from doing Twitch over the past like 3 years now?
I think so. I think talking publicly, it's a bit more easier.
Yeah, you're doing great now as well. Very impressive.
Yeah, you guys are great too. I mean, it's been like, because I mumble a lot. Like when back then, like I used to like when I do speeches in schools and stuff, I was the worst. Like presentations, absolutely not. Yeah. But now I'm like more comfortable speaking and like I can hold like an actual conversation, like, stuff like that. But I was freaked out in the beginning, but now I'm just like, oh, I'm chill. Now I go into these. I'm like, oh yeah, we're just chatting. I do it every day. Yeah, I do it every day. We're just chatting along, just with new people.
I have another question. Do your parents know what you do? Like, do they understand what you do? Or at the beginning, are they like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you in your room all day?
Yeah. Who's she talking to? They kind of know because they watch a lot of YouTube. They watch a lot of YouTube because my parents, they watch YouTube all the time, like Vietnamese videos. So I tell them like, I kind of do this, but it's like live. But then they kind of get the gist of it. They don't really understand what happens on it, like community-wise or like gaming-wise. But they know like numbers. They're like, my mom will come in, she's like, oh, how many people are watching? And then I'll be like, oh, like, I don't know, like 90 people. They're like, why isn't it 1,000? She's always like, tell me when it's 1,000 and I'll come back. And then she's always like aim higher. But I don't think they really understand. Like I always get packages, right? Get packages. They're like, who is sending all this stuff? They're like, oh, friends. They're like people. They're like, who? And it's just so funny. And I always get these different kinds of packages. I'm like, what the hell is happening? I got my own like parcel locker now, but I still get stuff sent. And they're like, another one? It's funny. But they kind of understand, but not really.
But it sounds like they're supportive of what you do.
I guess so. They've always been supportive, which is nice. That's like coming out as well. They were supportive, so I think that's like the peak of it.
Right,
Like it's good they're not like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this or anything. They're not like questioning you too much, I guess.
Like when I studied media in uni as well, like they were like fine. They were like, as long as you're in uni, like it doesn't really matter. Like as long as you're making money, like, it's chill. It's like not doctor, lawyer, so thank God.
Because traditionally, as an Asian, like parents are quite strict.
Very strict. Strict growing up, but now that I'm like, I feel like I'm the favorite child now of the family, so they're like more
you're the
lenient.
star in the family.
Pretty much. Hey, because my brother is like one of those, like he's not really ambitious, kind of like dropped out of school, stuff like that. So I'm the first one in the family to go to uni, stuff like that. So
uni is a big deal. Like, for like, I guess if they're first generation.
Like that at home, I have like a huge canvas of my graduation photo. Like, oh my god, like they're so proud. Which is cute, but
that's so sweet. I was gonna ask, like, sort of touching on like the Asian Australian or Vietnamese Australian experience. Like, what I kind of have two questions here. Like the first one is like, what's your experience as a Vietnamese Australian, like on Twitch? And also Vietnamese Australian, like growing up with
Sydney.
your parents.
Did you grow up in Sydney?
I grew up, born and raised here. On Twitch, oh god, it's like non-existent. pretty much. Like it's so hard to find Southeast Asians in general.
Really?
Unless
on Twitch.
On Twitch, if it's like unless you're like, I feel like unless you're actually in that country itself, maybe it's a bit easier.
Right.
But for like even like when I talk to other Asian streamers, we have like group chats of like just Asian streamers because it's so hard to find, right?
Yeah.
So when I find like a Vietnamese, I get so excited.
Oh my god,
I was like, oh my God,
feeling.
yeah.
It's like, I see
like,
you.
I see. It's like I see we're friends now. We're besties. And it's just so nice because like it's so hard to find. Like even like all around the world, like even like in like different continents and stuff like that, it's so hard to find Vietnamese streamers. So whenever I do, it's so rare. Wow. Shout out to the Vietnamese streamers.
Wow.
Yeah, shout out.
It's funny because like we talk about, because when we talk in English, like I have an Australian accent and then they have an American accent. But when we talk in Vietnamese, we have the same accent.
Yeah,
which is really cool, right?
I know what you mean.
Like the same, like
the same, like,
westernized.
the same
Asian.
dialect.
Yeah.
Which is so interesting to me because it's like, because like a lot of my friends don't really notice it
Yeah.
until I point it out and they're like, oh.
Yeah.
And then when we talk English again, it's like, oh, we're very different accents. Yeah, but yeah, again, on Twitch, very hard. So I do want to meet more like Asian streamers, Southeast Asians, Vietnamese. So that was like one of my goals, is to find more and like just make friends. And
they're like Pokemon, like
kind
rare
of
Pokemon.
Rare Pokemon, legendaries everywhere. Yeah, so whenever I get viewers come in, they're like, oh my God, you're Vietnamese. I was like, yeah, like they get so excited because they're like, oh my God, it's so hard to find.
Yeah.
So it's so weird. It's wild to me.
Do you like write that on your profile? Because I know you say, I think like the rainbow flag, and that's like more obvious.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you make the Vietnamese side of it more clear, or Australian side.
Yeah, I have like the flags in my bios, and I do write Vietnamese, but a lot of people don't really take notice. But when my friends talk about me though, when like they talk about me on the channels, like they do mention Vietnamese now, which is really nice because usually they just mention like lesbian or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's me. But now they're like starting to know like to add Vietnamese in, like, so it's kind of funny. So it's nice.
So what do they? Can you just give us an example?
Don't add short.
Just add short,
So tiny, They're
like, oh, here's Tiny and Trash, Vietnamese non-binary streamer. But yeah, it's funny when they say Vietnamese because a lot of people like, I think my like white friends or like my white friends, like they can't really say Vietnamese properly, but they try their best. I don't know, it's just funny.
Yeah. And what about the Australian part? Do you put that
Australian
in there?
part? Yeah, I do. Oh yeah, I say I'm from Sydney, Australia. I think the accent already just brings out a lot of me, or like being Australian. And I think that's what's like helped me grow as well. I feel like
you mean like grow your channel?
Yeah, in terms of like with non-Australian viewers, because like they hear the accent, they're like, oh, who's that? Yeah, which is funny. But yeah, other than that, what was the second question?
Vietnamese Australian growing up.
That one I feel like it's not too bad. I feel like growing up in my area, there's
Which
a
is
lot
more like Western Sydney.
More Western, yeah. There's a lot of Viets, there's a lot of Asians. So like high school wasn't like there was a lot of like of me, so it was fine. So it was like okay, like it wasn't like
like you felt like you belonged.
Yeah, I felt like I belonged. Like there's so many Asians, so I was like grateful. And then I think it was just like being like the suburbs around, like growing up in like, I don't know, I should say the suburbs, but you're just always surrounded by Vietnamese people, so it didn't feel too different or like lonely or anything. It was just like, I don't know, it kind of still felt like in Vietnam in a way, but not really. So that was nice. Yeah, I think if I was to grow up in like, I don't know, Bondi, that would probably be a different story. Because I know a few Vietnamese friends who grew up in like the
suburbs,
those eastern suburbs. Yeah. They're very like whitewashed, and it's like they don't really speak Viet as much. But yeah, I think for me, I grew up because my parents don't know English, so we have to speak Vietnamese at home. So I think that helped a lot as well. Yeah, because I know a lot of friends who like younger than me. They don't really speak Vietnamese that much, so they're not that exposed to it because their parents are much more younger, so they speak English more. Yeah, so I'm kind of lucky in that way. Yeah.
If you don't mind,
Yeah.
can you just send a little quick message in Vietnamese to the Vietnamese listeners on the Asian Sip podcast and your
Cảm ơn người Việt. Mấy người mà coi Asian Sip podcast. Come on. Please check them out. Come on. Means thank you.
It sounds like, I know you probably think, oh my God, my Vietnamese sounds
my
so
Vietnamese
awkward,
sucks, yeah.
but it sounds so good from our
Oh,
ears.
really?
Yeah.
It's so wild.
Like,
It's probably the same for you, right?
For you.
Yeah. It's probably like reverse same. Like if you were to speak Korean or maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think growing up here is not too bad. Not too bad. Not very out of touch of my culture. So.
Yeah.
And I've been to Vietnam like 4 times as well. So it's not too bad. Yeah.
If you're comfortable to share, what about your experience? Like, can you share your experience growing up Vietnamese-Australian, but also like lesbian and coming out?
I think for me, I don't talk about this often because I always feel bad talking about it because I know a lot of people have more different experiences. It's not like very positive. So when I talk about mine, it's just like, I don't want to like, I want to make them like, I don't know. But I also want to like my story also gives like hope and shed positivity.
Because it wasn't easy, right?
Still not easy.
Yeah, still not easy. Yeah. It was. I was. I think 22 when I came out to my mom at first. Because I always like get her grey hairs out. And that's when we talk. That's when we have DNMs.
So you're like close.
Yeah, we're kind of close.
Like,
yeah.
You chat. Yeah.
Yeah. Like we would talk.
So that's your quality time.
Yeah, quality time. I'll take the grey hairs out of.
She's
my
like
mom's
lying
head.
down, heads on your lap, kind of
So,
thing.
Kind of like
That's what I used to do.
Yeah. So that then
I have the tweezers.
I have a webcam here.
So yeah, I think I was 22. And then that's when I was with my first girlfriends at the time as well. And then I don't know, we started talking about lesbians for some reason. I don't know why. And then she was like, "Oh, like, are you a lesbian?" And I was like, should I say it? And I was like, yeah. So I was just like, as I said it. So I just said, yes, I am. And then I think she kind of knew anyways. I mean, the way I acted, dress and look and stuff, I think it's kind of obvious. But then after that she was like, oh, like the girl that comes over and stuff, like, is that your girlfriend? And I was like, yeah, like that's her. And then she was like, oh, like you should bring her for dinner one day. And I was like,
wow.
they're really nice. Yeah, they're so cute.
That's a really nice story.
Yeah, then she was just talking about like, she just asked us questions like, oh, like what is it like? How was it like kissing girls?
Wow.
That sounds funny. I feel like maybe you get your...
Oh my God.
Yeah, bring your mum on.
Bring your mum on.
But yeah,
so
and I was very scared. Like I was like shaking. And then afterwards,
It's like you can't aim for those
yeah,
white hairs anymore.
I was like, but after that, I felt very relieved. I was like, oh, okay. Good experience. Like she didn't rip my head off, so that's good. Surprisingly, I mean, like we never really fought like growing up anyway. Like I've always been like a good child, so if we fought, I feel like it would be like hell. Yeah, but then after that, I went out. I went out and about. I went to like hang out with my friends, and then my mom told my dad afterwards, and then I came home, and then my dad looked at me and was like, so your mom told me, and I was like, okay. And then he was like I'm the dad, like of course I knew, stuff like that. Yeah, so he was just like, yeah, so it was supportive. Yeah, like he knew, like he was like we can tell. I was like, well, the closet is made out of glass. Yeah. So they were very supportive, which is really nice. And then like I think they also stick up for me as well. So then when like we meet like family friends on the streets, do you know how they're always like, oh my god, you have boyfriend yet? Oh my god. And I was like, here we go. But then my mom would be like, no, like she wants a wife. And I was like, what the fuck? Mom, you can't just say that. Anyway. And
that's
then
good she like stands up for you,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
that's
that's nice.
cool.
Like they know, they understand, which is surprising because my brother is like opposite. Like he's like homophobic. So it's just like,
really?
yeah. So it's just like, yeah, that's we're not close. Like we're 5 years apart, but like we don't talk at all. Like we are not close at all. It's a very like we just.
I'm sorry.
No, it's
to hear
okay.
that.
Like it is what it is. I think that's why I like Twitch so much. So I just like at home, I just feel like there's people around me all the time.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad. But then I'm like as long as my parents accept me, like I'm happy. Like yeah.
That's
Yeah.
sad about your brother,
Yeah.
but then your mum and dad are so supportive.
Yeah. So it's not too bad. Yeah, it is.
And
what
your
it is.
friends.
Yeah,
and-
friends.
Yeah.
And then after that, coming out, we went to Vietnam. And then my mom again. She's like, oh my God, she's talking to town. Oh my God. So she told the whole family. Oh my God. When I was like trying to sleep, like I was taking a nap. And then like my mom told the whole like extended family. And then I was in my room and then my uncle and auntie came in. They were like, hey, like your mom told me like what happened. And I was like, oh.
Wait,
my
they
God.
asked what happened?
Then they were like, oh, like your mom told me like what happened. Like,
yeah.
And then they were like, oh, like it's okay. Like it's starting to become like more accepted in Vietnam now. Like it's like don't have to worry. I was like, what is happening?
you're like,
I was like,
oh,
where's
right.
the trauma? Where's the cry?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
where's the tears? Why is
Oh.
everyone so positive?
Yeah.
And I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Growing up, I think coming out, I've had a good experience. I'm very grateful for that. And yeah, it's just very different to what I usually hear or like what I hear a lot. So it's just nice to a different perspective of coming out.
I feel sad that you said it's hard to share that story because it's still
Because
it's your story.
It's
like when you said
Yeah.
you felt bad, I'm like, why would you feel bad?
I don't know. I just feel like
Because you feel bad because it's a good story, but it's not 100%.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's still not easy. I don't know.
yeah. It's just I don't know. Yeah.
We forced it out of
Yeah. No, it's
thank
a good
you for
story.
sharing. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. But yeah, it's a nice story to tell all the time. Yeah, that's my coming out story. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good one. It's a good
thanks
one.
for sharing
Yeah,
it on
thanks
the
for sharing.
podcast because you haven't really shared it really anywhere else.
Not only on stream, but like I've talked about it like maybe like once ever. But yeah, it's not bad. My parents accept me, so I'm happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I cut my hair.
Oh yeah, can we put a picture here of your old
Oh yeah.
hair?
Oh my god.
What's
I
your
said-
old hair?
Oh my god, she had long hair.
had
I had
long
long
hair?
hair, like literally like the length of yours.
Your hair length.
Wait, I'm gonna try to find a photo real quick.
But
It's-
did you,
this is
did
not
you grow
live.
up like always a bit more tomboy than others? Like,
Yeah.
So is that like
Even with
what
long hair.
your parents think because they kind of knew
Yeah.
they get, I guess?
Yeah, because I always wear like boyish clothes. I'm trying to find a photo. Oh my god.
You're gonna get shocked.
Wow.
No, we'll put a photo.
Put it here.
Yeah.
Watch
It's
the
like-
video, guys.
And I went to Korea because my mom will be like, don't cut your hair short. Da, da, da. So then I was like, I went to Korea the first day there. I went to a hairdresser. I cut my hair short.
Wow.
Is it like you just knew? You just
Yeah.
wanted it short?
I just want to. I've like, I think that ties into like body dysphoria and stuff like that as well, where I just never felt comfortable in my own body. So having long hair, it just didn't feel right. So having now short hair, like I feel so much more
Like yourself.
confident myself. Like I feel like it brought out a lot more out of me, which is nice. And then the long hair was just like, ugh, disgusting.
That person who is that?
I don't know. That person's dead. Like literally.
Yeah.
Aw.
But yeah. Other than that, yeah. Yeah. What else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else I
Yeah.
can add to it.
No, I'm just really grateful that you shared
Yeah.
all those like stories with us, and I know that there's people on the other side like who are listening who feel like they'll take away from your experience. Like even if you're not binary, is that the right way to express binary and gay? Can
non-binary?
Non-binary. Oh my gosh! Yeah. Even if you're non-binary, there's still like so much like universal struggle that you can take away from it. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah, make sure you have a good support system if you're coming out.
That's what I was thinking. Like even if your parents, if it's not your parents that are the support system, like having that support system, where whatever it looks like, is absolutely like crucial.
Yeah. Especially when like the world's like tumbling down. It's just like always make sure you have a good support system before doing something.
Twitch is a good place to start.
Yeah, Twitch is a good place to start.
There's a really nice community there.
Yeah, I've met so many people on there. Like they shared their coming out stories. They've told me like being like watching me and being in the community has made themselves more comfortable with their own bodies and like their sexuality. Nice. Yeah, it's really cute. And some people will also like realize like, oh, like maybe I'm not this and this and this from being in like communities. So it's been really nice as well. Like everyone's like educating themselves. And finding out more about themselves than ever before. So like Twitch can also be such a good space in that sense, where you're just always finding new things and you're meeting like so many walks of life that you can take away parts and just learn a bit about everything. Yeah. Yeah. That's Twitch, kinda. There's so much more.
Cool. I guess like what's next for you? Like you said you had some goals to find more Asian streamers or Viet streamers, but like what's your goals? Yeah, what's your next?
Oh, that's a tough one. I've been on like a roller coaster honestly this year. I feel like content has been very up and down. Like I like to the point where like I wanted to quit at one point. Yeah, I was
like, this year?
Yeah, I was like wanted to quit because it got so hard because I was just like, I'm so tired and exhausted all the time. Like the grind is like so much where I was just like, maybe I reached my peak, maybe, I don't know. But then sometimes I'll like do something and it will like reel me back in. I'm like, oh, now I'm inspired again. When I like go to like events and stuff, like meeting other friends, I'm like, oh, maybe I should do this instead. Like finding solutions instead of like, So I think my next goal is like to try to grow on TikTok, YouTube, short form content, offline content instead of live streaming. So I think that's where I kind of want to go to next. And hopefully not give up. Yeah.
Well, now you have like you've met Rox now, and like we should definitely like not like necessarily collaborate, but like just chat more and
we have a lot to learn from you. I
guess.
Yeah.
We have a little support system now here, and it's really nice to hear like another fellow Asian Aussie friend like content creating,
and it's not easy.
It's really not easy.
Oh yeah, definitely. So
especially
hard.
On those bad days.
Yeah. I think those bad days really like when it knocks you.
It's like I'm on my freaking period. I'm tired. I just want to lie down with a hot chocolate and watch something on Netflix. But then sometimes you have to pull yourself out and like publish that episode or like you have to come and actually film. You know, there are days where I'm like to Rox, hey, I can't like film today. Can we move it?
That sometimes happens. It's like, why am I even doing this? And the self-talk that comes is like, people must think I'm so weird or like, why am I, it's not.
When you're watching yourself, I'm like, Rox, like, why am I saying this?
Am I trying too hard? Like, I don't know. I always say that to myself. That's always a bad thing that I say to myself. But then I'm like, oh, whatever, I'll just do it, you know?
It's so hard because it's so easy to talk down on yourself, like to be so hard on yourself than being positive. But I feel like I just had to remember like why I started in the beginning and like what I'm doing this for or like why I'm doing it, and then just like rope myself back into it. But I think like I've been meeting a lot more streamers and talking to them. I think we all kind of just go through the same thing, so it's nice to talk to other creators as well.
And like they're struggling the same way.
So you're not alone. So I think that's really helped out as well, and then they give tips or like they'll help out here and there when needed. But if you guys ever need help, just let me know.
Let's get nourished.
Oh, I could be a part of this.
Hey, you're great. You're hired.
Yeah, so good.
Oh, yes.
Hired.
I'm employed now.
Third member of Asian Soup Podcast.
All right, so Jules cooked for us today. Mama Jules, what do we have?
Guys, today we have kimchi-jjigae as per request. Not really, actually.
No.
Jenny said that she wanted kimchi-jjigae, but I actually had some kimchi-jjigae already made and in that like container that you guys saw.
Very good.
And I put it away for another day, and today is the perfect opportunity. I made this like a few days ago. It's got kimchi, and I cooked it with pork loin. Normally I make it with pork belly, but use pork loin this time because that's what we had. And of course a bit of tofu and spam.
Yum.
Spam. Yummy.
Hungry.
And I brought some Korean like seaweed as well, and some rice.
Very good.
So I'd love to see
Taste test.
Jenny's reaction with my cooking. I like my kimchi-jjigae a little bit sour.
Good. This rice. Rice on the floor. You guys ever do this?
Whoa. No.
Wait, what?
Whoa. That looks pro.
That's a TikTok right there.
I want to try it.
Wait, what? We're going to try to the camera.
Ah!
It's a technique.
I can't do
Because
it.
the rice isn't that sticky.
Oh, no.
This is another technique to eat rice and seaweed.
Mark out your face.
Rice, seaweed.
That's so Korean of you. I do that in Korean, like TikToks a lot.
Yum.
Yum.
So what's your favorite soup, Jenny?
Favorite soup? Kimchi-jjigae.
Really?
Nah, I do like it. Like when I go to Korean restaurants, I do. But I also like tom yum soup. That's always a good choice. Soup from Bombaway is also good. Bitch, I know.
Yes.
I love bun bo hoi. I feel like when I used to be always just pho. Like always just beef pho.
Yeah,
but now
everyone defaults to.
I'm always bun bo hoi.
Yeah.
Like always.
Yep.
Wait,
Just
say it
for
again.
some reason. I can't say it. How do you say it?
Bombaway.
Bun bo hoi.
Boom, boom, boom,
Bum.
boom,
Bum
bow,
bun bo
way.
way.
Yeah.
It's like
Bun bo way.
I think for me, just like your whole journey, and I love hearing that there's, it's not just all glamorous. There's a lot of hardships along the way as well, and you sort of showed, the real side as well, which I thought was great. But I think what's really nice is like you're just yourself, wherever you are, and it's not easy being yourself. Like
I think
even
that's like the inspiring part. Like just staying true to yourself and just kind of doing what you want to do. It sounds like
yeah. Like even just working, and like I'm doing a lot of interviews right now, and like it's really hard to bring your authentic self out while trying to be professional, and like it just you kind of lose yourself a lot of the times. Like so I just felt like really inspired to just how important it is to be true to yourself. Yeah.
Oh, cute.
Cozy.
Cozy. Thank you for coming.
you.
Come again, please.
Yes.
See
Let me
ya.
know when.
Bye.